Your criticism for God of War 2018 is wrong. I know, this video is different from the others, and is far from the extreme gameplays as far as I'm concerned. But hey, it's another series. We'll call it Stop with the Critiques. And I mean, with all due respect, like I respect your opinions and stuff, but honestly what some of these creators slash people complain about are some funky stuff that either aren't really an issue or you can get behind a lot of them. Let me also state that some of the criticism the game gets is actually valid. Like say for example we have the no jump thingy in the game. I know, it's stupid. Or all the walkie-talkie sections that I'm gonna get to later on in the video. Also tell you how you can save yourself from them and skip them easy. The game isn't perfect by all means, it's not as good as God of War 3, and it sure damn hell ain't Devil May Cry. But it has this great combat design, a unique combat design might I add, that some people say is better than the old God of Wars, which is wrong. It's not better, but it's good in its own ways. The old God of Wars are great games with one of the best combat designs after DMC in my opinion. I could go as far as say that God of War 3 was the peak combat from the God of War games, and it could rival DMC 5 and other hack and slash combo heavy games. With that stated, I'll go in the video and show you how the combat design is fun to play with and explore. Back to the criticism the game gets, like for example we have the you can't skip cutscenes critique, which is rightfully critiqued. Being unable to skip a cutscene in 2018 is just stupid and unnecessary. I know you can go for a second playthrough and skip them, but that's different. And it was an update that was released later on after months of the official release. And another valid criticism is the walkie-talkies that I also hate, and hate so freaking much. Like seriously, stop it. We know how good the game looks, and it's great when you play through them the first time, but frankly for a guy that plays the game every day, yeah that guy's me, that's just tedious. And that's exactly why I found a way to skip these. And that doesn't just go for God of War 2018. So we have other great top-notch games, masterpieces that have the same stupid problems, like Spider-Man PS4's MJ sections, Uncharted series, and God of War 3's unskippable cutscenes. And how you can save yourself from them is by manual saves. There, I just told you the trick that I use to skip through stupid sections in games that don't allow you to skip cutscenes and or has just like long walkie-talkie sections, or just a tedious stupid section that you just might not like, might not be fun on repeated playthroughs. And that way is the manual save. So you're playing a game, you're not watching TV or a YouTube video, it's a video game. See, this is the great thing about video games. I never go to new game or new game plus. Every time I try to start this game, I go to load game and see all these manual saves. As you can see right here, these are all manual saves, well except for some boss fights that I have here. I also have a lot of manual saves when I'm playing through the game. Like this is how I start the game. I go to defeat, Dowdy Cup, whatever. Here we are. This is how I always play the game, and never always going by the new game plus. I'm playing the first 10 minutes basically staring at the screen. No, I'm not doing that every day. I would be insane to do that. Even for a speedrunner, that's insane. We have the same thing going for other saves. Like here we have this save right here. Continue towards the mountain. Okay, what is this save? You might say. Here's what it is. Here we are. This is a manual save. You know the section where we carry the boar with Freya when we meet her the first time? Yeah, that long 10 minutes run to her house and we meet Charlie. Yeah, all that. And I just press start, load game, and I just load up to this place where everything is skipped and I'm finally in the game again, and it's basically the game again. I'm not running with Freya, I'm not walking with Freya listening to her yap about shit. This is the great thing about this. We have another load after the time where we go behind her, where she leads us to her house again. We have another one, another save data that takes us straight into Alfheim, and that's to skip the 15 to 20 minutes of us walking with Freya and her talking about the 9 realms and stuff, and how her talking about the world stuff and stuff. That save data is right here. See, get to the Ring Temple. I just load up into there. Here we load up into this section where we're instantly fighting and instantly inside of the combat of the game and not slow walking and stuff. And it's great that you can do this in the game, but I'm actually surprised that not like a lot of people they don't even know about this, and it's honestly sad. And so you can keep on doing this for a lot of games. And there, That's how I play this game every day and never played any other way. I don't want to go through the first 15 minutes of the game just walking and slow running. I simply started the first boss fight, the first troll. I'm not sitting in front of the TV every day holding the left analog stick forward and listening to Freya yap about shit for 15 damn minutes. And ain't no way I'm sitting and playing through the boss section to meet Charlie the Bizarre Turtle every f***ing day. That ain't happening. Same goes for Mary Jane sections in Spider-Man PS4. Same for the long, unscheduled cutscenes in God of War 3. Yeah, I use manual saves for that as well. And same for any other game that has these stupid stuff in their games. Take a look at all the DMCs, and you'll have a good idea on what great game design is. Skippable cutscenes, no walkie-talkies, a lot of stupid sections, but hey, you can just all out skip the missions for your second playthrough. Good stuff. You can just select missions in DMC. Okay, now let's get into the other wrong unnecessary criticism the game gets. Now I should state that these YouTubers are all my favorites. I seriously watch them daily, I have no problem with them, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. But hey, maybe watch this and you might change your mind for this game and many other games. And here's something everyone needs to know about me, and is that I love watching my favorite games being criticized in a YouTube video. It's just my thing. Like a lot of the time I'm playing video games, I put my phone next to me and it's always playing a 40 to 60 minutes of critiquing of some of my favorite games of all time, and I just listen to it and play the games. That's how I roll. Now with that out of the way, let's get into it. Here's a video by Under the Mayo titled How God of War Was Ruined, and he goes on some stuff, and honestly I agree with a lot of points, one of them being the change of the camera perspective. Because I adore the old fixed camera style, man. I missed it.
What? I'm mashing R1 to cut a tree? Why? Why isn't this just a nicely directed cutscene? I guess I'm supposed to feel like I'm the one doing this?
He's right. For a first playthrough, maybe it's okay. But for a second, third, fourth playthrough, just make this whole section until we reach the first encounter a cutscene. Just please, for the next game. And even other developers, just take notes please. Stop these walkie-talkies, no one likes them. We know your game looks good. Stop it.
Hack, hack, dodge. Hack, hack, hack. Hack, hack, dodge. Throw. Recall. Hack, hack, dodge. Wait, is this it? Is this all there is? I see that I'm not gaining orbs or XP. Is combat not tied to an upgrade system? Am I just hacking and dodging and auto-climbing ledges and collecting silver on the ground? Suddenly my heart sinks deeper into my chest as I start to fear that this is it for the whole game.
No, this is not it for the rest of the game. Now I don't know what's up with this part right here. The game already gives you a lot of stuff to do from the start. I don't know where this is coming from. See, how I played this first section, I approached it differently. What you're doing isn't fun, and surely if you kept this up till the end of the game, then yeah, this game bad. See, you never tried all the good you can do at the start of the game. Here's how I played it. This is how you play with stuff given to you, and from what I'm seeing, you might be a very stylish player, but I don't know, man, I'm not seeing it. See, if you played all the Devil May Cry's and old God of Wars, you would find a way to make what's given to you fun, and not play with it in a boring, slow, repeated kind of way. See, what I'm doing here is not hack, 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 dodge, hack, throw, block, launch, and do all these kinds of moves. And this is just from the start. Like, you don't know what you can do in the end game. I'm pretty sure you never even tried to see how good the combat is in the end game. What you can do with the Blaze of Chaos. Like, come on, you didn't even mention that they're back. See all this? Like, how are you telling me that you never tried all of this? Basically, I think I'm being clear here. This is not just a hack, dodge, throw, block game. You can be stylish in this game just as how you can be stylish in Devil May Cry. Maybe not as cool, of course, and maybe not as good as the old God of War games, but this is a unique combat design. A lot of people say, hey, the Dark Souls thingy and stuff. No, you just attack with R1. You can put it back to square. But it's better to attack with R1 because you really need to aim and do stuff with the game.
Do you have to give me 40 different kinds of armor for my wrists? The last thing I want to do in a God of War game is sit in the inventory for 15 minutes scrolling through armor statistics.
You are absolutely right, my friend. The armor system and the semi-RPG elements. All that. I really hate them. See, maybe I want to play naked Kratos with his cute Scotland skirt. Guess what? I can't. Enemies are unbeatable if you do that. You die with one hit if you do that. And basically, Kratos is the weakest in the 9 realms. See this cute armor? It's not even an armor, it's just something he's wearing at the start of the game. Hey, I really love this, it's my favorite armor. But guess what? I cannot play with this. Enemies are too overpowered. I cannot even kill an enemy with like 10 minutes. See this other cool armor? There's also another cool armor like this, just it's the same thing, just his left arm and right arm are covered. But there's a stupid effect that, man, why all these RPG elements? There's a stupid effect where just a circle around you just starts to appear and it's all fire inside and everyone burns inside and just no. You got this a good point, man. Seriously, the armors should be just for cosmetics and not for them to affect stats.
Now, let's talk about the camera. Cory Barlog, the genius director of God of War 2, insisted on this camera style. The cinematic camera is now gone in favor of this so-called immersive over-the-shoulder camera. This isn't immersive. This is immersive. I'm absorbed in the architecture and color of the setting. I have total freedom of movement. I don't have to worry about moving the camera as I fight. I can admire the glory of my rampage and constantly see Kratos' rage as he murders and the music swells behind me. Not this. This is tedious. I'm staring at the back of his head for 95% of this game. I'm aiming Kratos with controls designed for a shooter, and I can't see.
He's right. The older camera design was flawless. See how DMC5, aka my second favorite game of all time, kept its original style and improved it, and surely will keep on going with it. But I do have to come in here and say that this camera design isn't the worst thing in the world. I mean, sure, they could have given us a wider field of view. Now that would have been amazing. But I don't know why they didn't do it though. It would have been a lot better.
Look at my vision range here. I can see 1 or 2 enemies, while there are multiple enemies behind me. Where are they? What are they doing? God of War Originals, not a problem. The camera view lets you see all around you. If someone is going to attack, you react accordingly. But in this game, they changed the camera to show only what's in front of you while keeping the surrounding combat scenarios of the originals. This does not work.
This works. You just have to react fast, dodge and turn the camera at the same time, and you'll have some pretty good time to react. As stated above, if the camera was further from Kratos, it would have been so much better. Like, I agree with you about that. But this is what this was given to us. Also, that doesn't mean this is the end of the world. Here's the demonstration on how I'm doing it. See how I react to it, turn, and dodge all at the same time? Yeah, it just takes a long time to master, which I can be with you at this point. This is a stupid thing, but hey, this was given to us. We can adapt to this. Another great channel called MatthewMatosis. Shout out to this guy. I really like his videos. He has the best videos ever. I know I also have all my respect for this guy. I watch all of his videos, but he too says something about the game that made me feel kind of some way about what he said. He said, and I quote, "You have to babysit the white analog stick." And he said it because the lock-on gives up with a simple turn on the enemy. And seriously, just no. You really have to adapt to play this game. Use claw grip to the controller and stuff. See how Leviathan and Blades of Chaos are equipped to the directional buttons? You really have to claw grip the controller in order to switch between them at the same time. Same as dodging and looking around at the same time. So it goes both ways. If you want to move and equip one of either Blades of Chaos or the Leviathan axe, you have to claw grip. If you want to sidestep and turn around at the same time, turn the camera around, you have to claw. Like seriously, I'm so used to it. It's been like that for years now. You have to adapt to this playstyle, even if you're playing DMC.
Speaking of enemies, do you see anything in common with these designs? Did I mention that every one of them is just a dude? Pretty much. Dude, 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 blue dude, yellow dude, archer dude, hammer dude, flying dude, Valkyrie dude, a dog, a wolf, a monkey. I miss the Cerberus, the Gorgons, the Minotaurs, the Wraiths, the Centaurs, the Satyrs, the Cyclops, the Chimera that's part snake, part lion, part ram. All that fantastical creature design. I guess some more outlandish monsters would detract from the serious and mature tone they were going for.
No. 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 See, you've gathered 3 different games, and you want one game to have the variety of 3 games? No, you can't do that. And saying most of the enemies in the game are dudes is flat out wrong. If you're putting the Travelers, Witches, Blue Dudes, Yellow Dudes, Hammer Dudes, Wolf Dudes, Big Monkey Ogre Dudes, and Flying Dudes, then we can say the same about the older games. Then you have no problem calling the Cerberus, the Minotaurs, the Wraiths, the Satyrs, the Cyclops, the Chimeras, and all the other enemies in the older games dudes. Shit, might as well call Ares, Zeus, Hercules, Hades, and Barbarian King dudes just because of their size. No. And no, you're just making the game look bad. I mean, I love you and I will keep on watching your videos, but what you're saying is just borderline ignorant.
Oh, wait! Finally! After traversing this dreary underworld level, do I get to fight that giant death bird? Do I? No. Screw you. Here's another troll.
Oh, he's so right, man. Like imagine finding that crow bird thing or whatever. How did they ever run out of money to include it is beyond me, man.
Before every fight, I had to go into the option menu, turn the dialogue volume all the way down, just so I could fight in peace. And then, after the fight, go back to the menu, turn it back up so I don't miss the story. Because Kratos and Atreus talk all the f***ing time.
Okay, say what now? For every fight, you went to the start menu and reduced the volume to 0 because you've had enough of Atreus helping you. What? Really? On your first playthrough? All the time the developers spent for the beautiful, brutal sounds mid-combat, and you know what? I should just shut up now. Go back to the menu. Man, he's making it look like a chore that he has to go through before every fight. Really? Seriously now? This is something to complain about?
The electric arrows turn the game's combat into a complete joke. These things get so out of control that every encounter is just activate electric spell, shoot electric arrows, use runic attacks, and clean up the rest. Look at this. I'm playing on hard, and all I have to do is spam the electric arrows and mash attacks, and nearly every encounter turns into a broken mess.
Don't use them. I don't. Many don't. Don't use them after your first playthrough. It's a game that is not forcing you to only use this arrow. I always use the blue ones. One shot equals 2 hit stuns, keeps the enemy in the air for a longer period of time, and you can make Atreus shoot them while you're attacking an enemy. It's so great, basically like Virgil's spiral swords. Yeah, just don't use the electric arrows. Use the other blue ones that you get in Alpine, that Freya gives you, I think. Just use them, and you can keep an enemy in the air without fucking him up with a lot of damage. Just don't use the lightning bows. Just use it for some tedious sections, or to get rid of nightmares, or to use magic attacks. Oh yeah, by the way, you're gonna talk about how there's no magic attacks in the game? Atreus is basically the magic right here.
You spend way more time just running favors for people, which is so Kratos, am I right? Go find something for this guy. Go find something for this other guy.
Change? Basically the theme of the game? Who doesn't change? I remember me yelling in the mic in game chat saying some up shit to strangers and having fights and screaming noob all the time. That was the 12 to 13 year old me. Look at me now. I'm 20 years old. Do you see me fighting in game chats? No.
Look at all these axe pummels I've found.
He's right. These should be just for cosmetics and not for it to affect stats. Same goes with the armors.
And I've found all these light runic attacks. I can only use one.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. This is great. You can choose different ones and they are all great and different, and hating this is just, I don't know, man, how can you hate this? It's like, it's giving you more options. It's like hopping into God of War 3 and be like, look at all these Claws of Hades magic attacks. I can only use one. No, you want to use what you like. It's like, how do you complain about this and then go off and say God of War 3 was the pinnacle of the combat and stuff? For me, God of War 3 was the best of all time. It's my favorite game of all time. I'm not really criticizing God of War 3. It's just that saying that what are all these runic attacks, I can only use one, is the same ballpark as saying, hey, what are all these Claws of Hades magic attacks, I can only use one.
Look at all these enchantments. Jesus Christ, I can only have like 3 or 4 of these equipped at any one time. I haven't used even 90% of these things. They're all so shitty or so specific as to make them virtually useless.
He's right. Fuck all these RPG elements.
It's beautiful. And the game insists that you acknowledge that fact. It doesn't want you to not see how good it looks, leading to moments where the game forces you to walk. Let's carry a tree. Let's carry a pig. Look at this turtle. We spent so long making this turtle. Look at it. Hey, I'm Kratos. You don't tell me what to look at. You don't tell me that I can't run in this part. The old games made me feel like I was Kratos. This one just makes me feel like I'm controlling him.
He's right again. This is stupid, but I demonstrated how you can skip these with manual saves. That not only work for God of War 2018, also work for other games as well. I know. It's like you gotta play through the game a lot of times in order just to get this manual save going. Because what I did was like play through it like a lot of times, maybe 3 times New Game Plus, just to get the whole armor set, everything in the game, the shields, and go on New Game Plus, give me God of War, and just have manual saves different. It takes a lot, but come on, this is the best thing we can do right now. Now let's get some valid criticism about the combat. In this clip, YouTuber MatthewMatosis talks about how inconsistent the encounters with enemies are.
2 major priorities should be clarity and consistency. In other words, the battlefield should be relatively easy to read and everything should behave in a consistent manner. This allows you to test what your limits are, then apply them at will in the middle of a chaotic situation. Norse God fails both the clarity and consistency tests time and time again.
He's right. It's so inconsistent. I hate it. Even after you've settled and built everything in your game and you've played multiple times and put all your manual save, like, okay, this enemy will always trip when I just touch him this way. No, some stuff just randomly occur for them. Like sometimes you throw an axe, they get stunned. Sometimes they don't. And I hate this. I hate this especially for the Valkyrie boss fight, like the Sigrun boss fight. Cause sometimes you do stuff, she gets stunned, she triples and stuff, and then you do it again, and it just does nothing. It's completely stupid.
Runic attacks are another good source of damage, but making the most of them requires frequent weapon swapping, which is nowhere near as smooth or enjoyable as it could be. Devil May Cry 3 expanded its combat by allowing players to instantly swap mid-combo, whereas Norse God forces Kratos into an unsheathing animation instead. Maybe this is another concession to the camera, since at this kind of magnification it would look pretty strange for weapons to be materializing in and out of Kratos' hands.
You can switch in a fast way actually. Here's how. The first time I saw it, I was like, okay, this is a glitch, it won't last long. But now seeing as how developers have not patched it or anything, it's clear that they want you to play in this style. That's why they didn't remove it. Maybe for a future game this will be even better optimized for the future game, God of War Ragnarok. I mean, this looks like a glitch, and they don't teach you this in the game, so... And who found this? I don't know, man. If it was SmvR, I think, or GBG. I think GBG found this one, and I watched these two YouTubers a lot, man. Like, everything I've learned in this game, I've learned from GBG. Shout out to him, and the link for his channel is in the description. But yeah, you can switch weapons and do stupidly great runic attacks back to back, or interrupt them.
If they had focused on improving the combat, Norse God could be an action game worth mastering, but as it is now, you'd have to be insane to replay it on a regular basis because you'll be forced into the same lengthy dialogue sequences every time. Even with the ability to skip cutscenes, it still takes 10 minutes from reaching the Black Breath to arriving in Alfheim, and this is just one example.
Now again, I've been playing my own way to have my own kind of fun. Maybe if Matthew watched this video, hopefully, man, because I love this guy. And I would like to see him play the game and have a second take on it. Same with Under the Mayo. Same with all the other people who quit the game after their first playthrough. Shit, imagine the possibilities, all the other games that people quit because of the walkie-talkies. And a lot of them, like God of War 2018 and Spider-Man, can all be fixed with my solution. Give them a try. I'll even upload a separate video talking about this manual save, because it manually saved my life. Okay, I can't believe I really wrote this. But seriously though, it saves you.
At this point, it should be clear why puzzles in Norse God are brain dead simple. You're not trusted to solve anything more complicated. You're not trusted to be perceptive, so Kratos has to back out of comforting Atreus not once but twice within the span of an hour. You're not trusted to care about Atreus if he even mildly inconveniences you because this is just a game, which means you're the center of the universe. You're not trusted to explore for its own sake, so quests are doled out with map markers, telling you exactly where to go to cross everything off a big magical checklist.
Yeah, he's right. Puzzles in the older games were much more fun and much better than this. And we basically see how criticizing a game should be. No nitpicking, and really problems that even the most hardcore fan can agree with. And so now let me critique the game for some stuff that it does stupid. The color-coded enemies. Seriously, it's the most stupid design ever. In any game, and I mean any game, especially these kinds of games. There shouldn't really be anything stupid like this to disrupt the heat of the battle. Annoying repeated boss fights join this category right here. A lot of them, like the trolls and ancients. Oh, ancients. Honestly, man, why? Like the game turns into a shooter all of a sudden. Back to the trolls are fun to fight, but they got repeated so many times. The troll in Helheim stands out. He has some good, unique attacks, but that's it really. No jumping, at least mid-combat. Seriously, imagine being able to launch the enemy up to the air and comboing the life out of him. Now that would have been great. The game would have been a lot better, dog. The freaking armor system. Just why? I hate it. I hate it. And I wish it was just for cosmetics and not to f up the stats. Like, how did they even think this was remotely good in any kind of way? See, there are a lot of moves that I can't do just because of the armor. I can't go through the game just because I love one armor. That armor happens to be weak. Like, what do I do then? Nothing. You just play with the strongest armor. Not really the strongest. Like, I have another armor. I forgot his name. What was it? I think Sindri's armor. I don't know. Yeah, that armor doesn't make you do a lot of damage, so you're not killing the enemies with 2 hits, and at the same time you're playing normal. You're not dying with 1 hit. The last boss. How you can't juggle Baldur like you could in the first encounter. Like, just allow me to fight him freely, man. Take a look at Virgil's boss fight in DMC5. How you can launch him, combo him, and f him up in a lot of fun ways. And the first Baldur fight allows you to do that, but the last one, oh no. Baldur too strong now. You can't juggle him, he's annoying, he moves out of sight a lot. Don't repeat this, please. And let me talk about how the fight is so dated and stupid. Any boss fight, except for some, any boss fight that has goons in it for God of War is just borderline dumb. And f this last battle. The true final boss is Sigrun. I don't care.
Valkyrie, dude.
This in and of itself is a sin. You cannot call the Valkyries dudes. Hit them in the nose, you'll see how it goes. Having some pawns with a boss like Baller is dumb. It's not fun. The older games had a lot of those, but they weren't tedious. And all the other valid criticism the game gets are in the 2 videos I tackled, but they're not in here because, as I said, they're valid criticism. And man, here we come to the end of the video. I also hope Santa Monica Studio watches this video, maybe take some notes, maybe change some stuff. This game is really great. I still play it every day. I still play through Muspelheim. I stay in Muspelheim for hours just doing combos, finding new tags, doing new stuff. Like, this game is just, it's so great. It's legendary, honestly. It might not age well because of the next God of War that's coming, that I'm sure they have to change something with the combat. Like, if the next God of War has jumping in it, that's it. This game is not gonna age well. They're gonna be like, in 10 years they're gonna be like, hey, why play this when you can play the other one that has jumping in it? That's what a lot of people are gonna say. And yeah, these videos take long to make. I just realized this is my first time trying to make a video like this, and it took me 2-3 days, man. And I hope you guys really enjoy this and appreciate the effort taken here to just really justify these criticism that the game gets, because the game isn't all bad like some critics make it out to be. It's not. It's really great. The story is phenomenal. It's just that the combat has some stupid stuff in it. The jumping being the biggest thing ever. Also the game, how you can't skip a lot of stuff. Maybe you can skip the cutscenes now. Okay, let's put that being official in there. But what about all the long walkie-talkies? You still can't skip them. But I have a way, and that way is just a manual save. I still don't know how there aren't any videos on how to save people time with these stupid sections. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. I got a lot of videos coming. It's just now I'm in my finals. This is my last year. I study at an institute that is going to be my last year, and it's going to be the end of this institute, finally, the end of studying. And I'm gonna focus more on YouTube. You might have seen how my schedule is kind of all over the place. I released a video first, my God of War 3 playthrough part 1, which is a bad video. Please don't watch it. I don't know, it's just so slow, no good editing, no nothing. There is stylish gameplay in it, but trust me, you don't want to hear me talk about stuff, yap about stuff that you might not really care about. You don't know me, why would you care about me, right? Please make sure to go and watch the combo math for God of War 3. Seriously, that video is just gonna blow your mind. Also watch the Devil May Cry challenge, maybe, I don't know, just do what you want. But please make sure to like and subscribe for this video if you enjoyed it. If you did not like it, please tell me, like, comment down below what you didn't like, and maybe we'll have an argument down there. Who knows? Thank you guys for watching this video. Mustafa is out. Goodbye.